All right, y'all. I jumped on here a little bit earlier than what I said I was going to go live at 2:15. Breaking news. 7.0 earthquake hits off the Northern California coast. Let's get into this. All right, so I don't know if I'm able to go live early or not. I've never done that. I was scheduled to go live at 2:15, but I said, man, I can't wait. I got to get on here. 7.0 earthquake hits off of Northern California. I was about to head out of the house. I got my jacket on, walking out the door, and I got a alert from AccuWeather and a few other things that a tsunami warning had gone out. Now, I believe the tsunami warning may have been retracted by now. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is breaking, and I don't know if I'm live or not. I don't see anybody in the live chat here, so maybe the live chat's not active here. But a large earthquake has struck off the coast of Humboldt County on Thursday morning, prompting a tsunami warning. Here they come. They're coming in, live chat. Prompting a tsunami warning for part of the North Coast. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the quake struck around 10:44 a.m. Of course, that would be Pacific time, 12:44, so it wouldn't have been that long ago for me, west of Petrolia, California in the Pacific Ocean. A tsunami warning was issued for 45 miles southwest of Eureka shortly after. The tsunami warning expired around noon, so it's expired now, but it was still amazing to me that I was getting a tsunami. When I saw tsunami warning, I thought tsunami warning is in effect for like another country or whatever. It's been a long time since I saw a tsunami warning from America. But this is a map of where it happened. And let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here, see exactly where this is, the area here. Man, that's so tiny, I can't really tell. But you can see quite a bit off the coast there and triggering a tsunami warning. The earthquake was first preliminary registered as a magnitude 6.6, but was updated to a 7.0. Y'all, 7.0 is pretty significant. A significant apparent of aftershocks were registered as 5.8 magnitude quake hit minutes later near Cobb, California in Lake County, according to the USGS. Several other apparent aftershocks were also recorded minutes after the 7.0, registering between 2.5 and 4.2. Residents up and down the Northern California coast, as well as into Central Valley, reported feeling the shaking. Tsunami evacuation orders. Coastal residents along the north coast were being told to move to higher ground due to tsunami warning. The Humboldt County Sheriff's Office and residents in coastal areas in the tsunami zone needed to evacuate immediately, and San Mateo County authorities noted that the tsunami warning extends to their area. People are being urged to avoid the beaches and coastlines with the arrival of the tsunami expected around 12:10. Which right now, I'll be honest with you, that's exactly right now is when it was originally scheduled to come. 12:10 Pacific would be right now. It's 2:13 Central Time where I'm at. So that was 3 minutes ago of when it was scheduled to arrive. Bay Area rapid transit service through Transbay Tube has been halted due to the large earthquake. It's unclear when service will reopen. Emergency operations centers were activated and so forth. Yeah, I see that, Billy. I want to throw that up there because that's what I was thinking too. First the natural, then the spiritual. He says a whole lot of shaking's going on. And here's the reality. We talk all the time on this channel about Hebrews chapter 12, where it says that I will shake the heavens and I will also shake the earth yet once more. So yeah, here we are. In 2024, getting ready to go into 2025, and we are going into the Christmas season, and we're dealing with earthquakes. Y'all, this is crazy. Let's jump into Fox Live, and let's hear what they're saying right now. As far as I know, according to that report, this is all breaking, and I'm learning it as you're learning it. The tsunami warning has been canceled. But let's listen to what they're saying.
Watchful eye on. If you remember the Japan quake, that was so far away, it happened overnight, and that happened, that energy made its way to the Bay Area the next day. So we had a lot of time to prepare for that. But as you can see, the epicenter, that's the star off Cape Mendocino. That is so close to the Bay Area coastline.
Wow.
And that's right. That's why when you get a 7.0 quake like this, they have to issue those warnings to, to everybody to prepare for possibly a tsunami. Thankfully, that did not happen. But you can see the coverage in terms of what people were feeling across Northern California, and you can see some strong shaking, as you would expect, close to the epicenter, closer to McKinleyville, Eureka, Petrolia. I used to work in this television market up in Humboldt County. Just a lot of seismic action for this portion of the state. As we come in closer, there you can see the epicenter, magnitude 7.0, and just that location, that is the area, the triple point, the triple junction they call it. That's where you have a lot of earthquake activity, and of course today, that 7.0 really jumping off the map here. As we come in closer, you would expect a lot of aftershocks with this, and so far you can see all these dots showing up on the maps here. You can see the basically corresponding to how long ago, whether it's an hour ago, a few minutes ago, and still a lot of activity. And you'd expect that with the magnitude 7.0. But once again, the headline, the tsunami warning, which was issued, going off on all the phones and everything like that, and on the radio and TV stations, that has now been dropped. And what happens is after that main event, that 7.0 quake that happened at 10:44 this morning, it takes time to figure out the dynamics of the quake and how much energy was released and if that could create a tsunami wave. And as Mark mentioned, there are specialized buoys. They're called dart buoys. They have sensors at the bottom of the ocean that can actually measure the weight of the ocean, the pressure.
So I got a question here. Y'all got a question. Does your mind automatically go to conspiracy theory? Mine didn't used to, but I'll just be honest with you, it does now. I know that earthquakes are natural phenomena. I know that earthquakes happen. Of course, let me go back to, you're seeing this picture here, the San Francisco Bay Bridge, and that's what they're talking about. It's in the Bay Area where this has happened, and many people know that they're primed for the big one. They've always talked about the big one is coming, and they don't say if, they say it's a matter of when. Very, very close. But my mind goes to, boy, this is a very hot time right now for shaking, for politically shaking, for physically shaking, for spiritually shaking. And we do know, and of course that's a live shot there. Listen what they're saying. I'll come back to my point.
Sure there, but that's just linked to the surf. But this is the time to prepare because this will happen again. And whenever you get a quake up toward Humboldt County, right around Cape Mendocino, we have very little warning time. That arrival time, in fact, was supposed to be right about now here in the Bay Area, right about 12:10 in San Francisco. So thankfully that is not the case, and we'll keep an eye on the aftershocks for this portion of, at least for Northern California, right around the epicenter. We'll have more information coming up in just a little bit.
So Northern California. So my mind goes to the fact that we know that they have the technology to create earthquakes, and which is tsunamis. We know that there are tsunami weapons. I'm not saying that is the case here. This could be absolutely 100% natural earthquake. We know that area, we've known for years that area in California is a hotbed for earthquakes. The plates that are there are some of the most volatile in the world. So we know, looking at the beaches there, it did look like to me right there was a lot of water had withdrawn from that. But they're saying that right about this time was when the tsunami would have made landfall if there was a tsunami. So I think the tsunami report, a warning has been retracted. Not 100% sure on that. But as you just heard the weather guy talking there on Fox Live, is that they are still experiencing multiple aftershocks. Some of the aftershocks even went up to 5.0. Most of them now are between 2.5 to 5. But those are for still some serious aftershocks. So we understand the premise of earthquakes, that when those plates hit, many times the damage comes even actually later, with subsequent moving of the plates triggers other earthquakes. So I think a lot of people in California right now are very uneasy about what does this mean about tonight, tomorrow, in the next 24 to 48 hours. Is this going to trigger other things? We don't know. But I have had this feeling in my gut. I don't know about y'all, but I have had this feeling in my gut that something in nature, and I put that in air quotes right now because it could legitimately be 100% natural. It could be a natural response to something being done underground as well. It could be a response to something as a weapon. I think most people that watch this channel are open to saying we have no idea. Anything is possible. That's why we call it the big picture, because anything is possible. So here we go. Going back one more time. If you joined us late, it's probably all over the internet now. It's probably going viral here. Some people are saying they're hearing sonic booms again, and could be tectonic plates shifting. I'm just looking over at the live chat here. 7.0 earthquake hits Northern California. 7.0 is very serious, y'all. That's a big deal earthquake there. That could have been really, really devastating when it comes to tsunami. I mean, you think about it. There's an earthquake that will happen way out in the Pacific, maybe on the other side of the world. In California, sometimes we'll get a tsunami, sort of like a tsunami watch. But a tsunami warning is, and when you have the epicenter that close to being off of the Bay Area, that's pretty significant. And how interesting is this? I'm going to come back to it, to the live feed in just a minute. How interesting is it that the name of the show tonight with Paul Begley at 7 p.m. Central Time tonight, it's called The Trump Effect. But the actual title, I don't know if you can see it at the bottom, it's real tiny. The world is shaking because of what is coming. I mean, the irony of that. The title is The World is Shaking. Let me zoom it back out here so y'all can see that. So yeah, this is it. The Trump Effect, title underneath it, The World is Shaking because of what is coming. And here we see in the natural a shaking. Let's go back. Okay, this is the camera here. Something's shaking here. Let's see what's going on.
15 seconds of this earthquake starting. So that was the time it took for the waves to travel from where the earthquake started offshore to get to our seismic stations on land. So we quickly detected that event and sent out warnings across much of Northern California. So hopefully some folks were able to benefit from those warnings. And then initially, we estimated the earthquake magnitude to be a magnitude 6.6, but as additional data came in, we updated that magnitude to a magnitude 7.
Now, what happens in the coming hours and really maybe the next 12 to 24 hours? What is it going to be like? Talk about aftershocks as well.
Yeah, so with any earthquake, and especially an earthquake of this size, we will expect to have many aftershocks. So we've already seen a number of aftershocks occur, including a magnitude 5 earthquake. We do issue an earthquake early warning forecast. And that forecast did in fact forecast that we would have at least a magnitude 5 earthquake following this event. So yeah, over the next several days to months even, we will continue to see aftershocks likely from this event. As is the case with any event, there's always a very small chance that a larger earthquake could occur. So one larger than the magnitude 7 that we had this morning. That probability is less than 1%. Anytime folks in this region feel strong shaking or receive an earthquake alert, they should protect themselves by either getting under a sturdy piece of furniture or at least looking around and making sure they're away from any hazardous objects.
Wow.
And tell us a little bit.
So as you just heard, you see on the screen, the tsunami warning has been expired. It is retracted, and the geologist here, the expert, is talking about that they should be expecting aftershocks from this 7.0 up until even a month from now, and that there's very low probability, but maybe even one that's higher than a 7.0, but most of them would be believed to be less than that. But I'm sure that residents of that area of California and all over California are probably a little bit uneasy. I'm looking over live chat as much as I can. I can see several people are watching from California. And so we just want you to know we're praying for you. We're thanking God that this thing turned out to be, a significant earthquake, but did not culminate in the tsunami as we're looking at the coastline right now, live from a helicopter. So we are thanking God. There's people out there on the beach. You know, there's always going to be people out there, and there's probably more than likely somebody getting ready to get out there in the surfboard. Okay, so real quick again, don't forget tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, adjust to your time zone, our Thursday night show with Pastor Paul Begley, and it is fire. And let me make a big announcement, y'all. At the end of the program, he asked me, because we pre-recorded this, the live chat will be available, but he asked me to be on the show tonight. So I will be on his show tonight as well, just before Mike from Around the World comes on. So be looking watch our show at 7 o'clock. So it's right at an hour show. Go over to Paul's channel at the end of this show tonight, and somewhere around 8:15 p.m. Central, I will be joining Pastor Paul on his show to discuss several things that are going on. Probably be discussing many things that we cover in this program that you're going to watch tonight. But I'm honored to be a guest on Paul Begley Prophecy tonight, just before Mike from Around the World is on there. So watch our show tonight at 7. Then join me over as a guest on Pastor Paul Begley's show tonight. If you have not smashed the like button, go ahead and smash it now. Give us some love. If you're new to our channel, go ahead and subscribe and be back with us tonight at 7 o'clock for the Trump Effect. And how about this? The title is The World is Shaking Because of What is Coming. And then we have this happening today. So thank God everybody's okay. See you tonight at 7 Central, and I'll see you again as a guest on Pastor Paul Begley's show. God bless you. See you tonight. We ain't woke. Well, we are certainly awake. Watch for breaking news. If something else happens, I'll be back.
Would you like to help us build the big picture family? We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. All you have to do is go to our website at LarryRagland.com and make a one-time gift, or you can become a monthly partner. Any amount is a blessing and an encouragement to us. While you're there, make sure you get a copy of our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect with us on our social media links, and join our mailing list. We appreciate it. And remember, we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.